What's up, guys? I want to say thank you so much because we are live here in Lebanon right now. And I want to just really reach out to you guys, all of you who donated to this cause, who believed in what we're doing. And we just want to say that we have accomplished our goal in what we were set out here to do. And one of the goals that we had was to go visit historic sites, which we did. There were certain places we could not go because of bombings, because of shootings, because of stuff that we couldn't control. Belbeck was the place that I really, really, really wanted to go, but it was impossible unless I wanted to die doing it. So I decided to keep my life and next time maybe go to Belbeck. But we did get to go to many different ancient sites like Byblos. We went to a museum in Lebanon, and we went to several other places, including Tripoli, to the places that we could get to without getting shot or blown up, and it was amazing. I can say that I've fallen in love with Lebanon, and not just Lebanon the place, but the people. Amazing people. The West has it all wrong on how these people operate here and how they are. 100% wrong, and we'll tell you more about that in the future. But the second thing we set out here to do was to train missionaries to be able to save others' lives. And you guys have no idea how much that is needed here. Some of these people live right across from what the West would consider terrorist organizations, and they have bombs blowing up in their area daily, and they're able to take these life-saving courses back. One of them was actually a nurse that is entire, and it's just been so awesome, man. And the training was amazing. And I have with me Twitch from Save One More Life. And you guys, most of you guys that are my audience probably know who he is because he's been on NYSTV before. And I'm going to give it to him to talk a little bit about the training and what he thought about it. So here you go, Twitch.
Sure. So again, guys, thank you so much for, I guess, supporting the goals that we had, but more importantly, the prayers. I know there was a huge amount of spiritual outpouring before we came and during, but the materials that we were able to provide the people here and train them with is literally because you guys felt passion in what we were doing. So thank you so much for that. I've gotten to train a lot of people in a lot of different places. I've trained a lot of soldiers when I was in Ukraine. I've trained a lot of civilians. I've trained some previous military, some current law enforcement, EMS, all kinds of categories, teachers, doctors, all kinds of people. And I have to say that this one was one of the most unique environments I think I've ever gotten to train someone in. And not just because of the location. I'm talking about, like John was saying, the people here are unique. And every location has a uniqueness. Every population does. But these ones, there seem to be a different level of drive. And I think that's because they see on the horizon the potential need for these skills. So when we were training them, I got to observe just an unusual commitment to the training. There were young ladies that were in class that had been in Syria while ISIS was active. And they're coming from that perspective. And they're coming to this class. They don't really have a full idea of what to expect. They're going to get run through the ringer in my classes, and they took it all in stride. I almost had too many smiles on footage. You'll probably see some of that. It was hard to get serious moments with them, even though the topic is serious, because they were having so much fun in it. So when you're having fun, you tend to learn better. That was really awesome. And then I was really impressed by their physical output as well. So again, these tiny young ladies is what's my memory going to right now. They're carrying around a 55-pound sandbag that you guys filled with gravel from the site, and they're chucking it on each other's shoulders. Some of these young ladies were probably, 5'2"? They were tiny.
Maybe 100 pounds.
Maybe 100 pounds.
Yeah.
In fact, it was difficult to judge how old they were in some cases because of age. Some would be, 19, and I was like, okay, they look to be like 14 to me. Some would be 24, and I would bet 18. It was really interesting from a variety of backgrounds. And then we also had a really awesome set of guys. We had some teachers that were in the class. We were able to equip them specifically for their schools, and with what you guys donated, we were able to equip every student with a trauma kit, and they got to build it themselves. I've got a little bit of footage of that. It was awesome. On top of that, we're going to be doing, in just a couple days, we'll be doing a by request, female self-defense class. That was not scripted. That was not something you guys had input on. We were asked to do that, so we're going to do that while we're here. Thank you. It's amazing to be able to be the hands and feet, but it's hard to be that if we don't have support. So it means a lot.
Yeah, and another really cool thing about it too is the gear that you were able to leave them with is something they cannot get here. They cannot get that here. You want to explain a little bit about the gear?
Let me touch on that, guys. So ahead of us coming, I asked our contact that was the nurse that he was referencing, I asked her, hey, what materials can you get there? And I wasn't wanting her to buy them. I wanted to try to train them on whatever they could get domestically. So even if that's packages of gauze, I was going to try to focus on what they can reacquire. And the answer was essentially nothing. That was the feedback I got.
They couldn't even get Tylenol.
They couldn't even get Tylenol.
They didn't even get quotes.
Yeah, they didn't even get quotes back from the companies. She tried 3 different companies. Not a single one even contacted her back. So we couldn't get an idea on, can you get trauma bandages? Can you get ACE bandages? Can you get tourniquets? Can you get Band-Aids? We didn't get anything. So as a result, we had to supply what they would need, at least for a portion of time if things went bad. And that's not just possible in their life here, guys. That's likely. It's just the way of life in this region that conflict happens. It's happening literally as we speak on the southern end for the most part of the country. So the supplies that we were able to bring, not just the individual kits that we built, the supplies we were able to leave in the care of this nurse. And I told her, I said, you do good works with this however you see fit. I have no doubt that she will do that. We're talking a couple dozen extra tourniquets that are not cheap, and they're real Cat Gen 7 tourniquets. It matters. A couple dozen, maybe 3 dozen extra chest seals, twin packs of chest seals, gauze, lots of gauze, trauma bandages, some additional things that were donated directly, like plastic bags from Iridium Group. They're based out of Canada. He contacted me and said, hey, I want to help with the way that I can. These are really thick, well-made bags, and they're 6 mil plastic bags. He shipped a bunch of them to me for me to bring here. All of those got left. So all of this stuff might seem minor to us in the States because we can find it. For them here, if you need it, and they're going to need it, they won't be able to get it. So it was really important that we not only train them, that was the main goal, but we also needed to be able to supply them at least a little bit so they could continue the good works that the Lord is doing without us.
Yeah, man, it's amazing. And also have sitting here with me Jesse, and I've known Jesse since I was 14 years old.
We made it all happen.
Yeah, he's the one that kind of coordinated. He's the one that coordinated all of this, and he works with Horizon International and also the Middle East Center Collaborative. And one of the goals that I had here was to be able to have a NYSTV Arabic channel in Lebanon.
NYSTV, come to Lebanon.
And we're going to make that happen, which is amazing. And so, Jesse, tell us a little bit about the mission here and what your role is in this. And so, our goal is to come back. This is not our first run. This was a great run to do, but next time we'll be even more prepared and we'll be able to do more for these people. So, Jesse, talk a little bit about this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So I started working with Horizons International. We've got Horizons International. Technically, we've got 2 versions of it. We've got the one in the U.S. and we've got Horizons Lebanon. So we are we're a big movement here in Lebanon with carrying the gospel and bringing truth and Jesus to the people here in Lebanon. One of our big missions is training and equipping, and a big portion of that is we have a course called Engage Muslims with Christ, and we run it in different formats. And it's always been a big passion of mine to equip people, missionaries, to be able to address the physical needs of the people as well as the spiritual. I've been doing mission work for a long time. I've spent close to 10 years living in South Africa, working in mission work, and it's really important. It's a very important piece that we have as people, is our immediate needs. There's the joke about money doesn't bring happiness, but that's a rich person comment. Like money solves a lot of problems. It's not truth. Money doesn't bring you truth. But it does clear the way for you to be able to to get to truth better, as it relieves a lot of the pressure on your life of being able to provide for your families and get your just foundational needs for existing and living. And so this was a great way. A couple of my children and I actually took the course with Twitch a few months back, and I was blown away by it. My children were transformed. I was transformed by it. And I just, knowing that we have Horizons Lebanon, I just saw this as a very important need that we needed to bring to our staff here. So my vision was to equip our staff. I knew that we had staff in Tyre, and Leah, we mentioned her earlier. She runs a health clinic for Horizons down there, and they see it every day. And this was just, it was an obvious thing that this training with Twitch needed to come here to our staff here in Lebanon to equip them to literally save people's lives while we're also focusing on their souls and bringing the truth of Christ to them. This is my first time in Lebanon. And one of the big things that I didn't realize as a Westerner was the amount of Christians that live here in Lebanon. And I was blown away by it. I didn't even know that years ago, Lebanon was a Christian nation.
100% Christian.
Yeah. It was a Christian nation. Yeah. And, politics have gotten involved, and a lot of things have happened throughout the years, and that's shifted. I think Christianity is the minority against Islam, it's the minority. But you walk the streets and there's Christians everywhere, and the people in Lebanon are amazing. My heart has grown immensely for the people of Lebanon, and so I want to thank you guys so much for bringing what you did, your prayers, your financial contributions, and partnering with us to make this happen. This happened because of your guys' commitment, your faith in Christ, your obedience. When you saw that, the plea come through to partner with us and do this happened because of you guys. And I can say on behalf of Horizons International and Horizons Lebanon that we are absolutely grateful for your guys' partnership.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. We appreciate, like Jesse said, I couldn't say it better, but we couldn't have done this without you guys, and we're so thankful. And you guys went above and beyond, way above and beyond. So thank you guys so much, and I hope that next time you guys consider giving to this cause again next time we come, and we just appreciate you guys. And so be blessed.
Thanks, guys.
All right, very good.